Hey everyone, welcome to your weekly energy update. And this week we have the full moon in Cancer on January 6th. It'll be around 4:07 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so you can adjust that for wherever you're at in the world. And so, of course, around a full moon, we can really be aware of the emotions that we have, because it always amplifies the emotions, like it impacts the tides of the water. It impacts the emotions that we have. So we're always sensitive around a full moon, but because the moon is in Cancer, which is ruled by the moon, even more. A water moon impacts us even more. So be really aware of the emotions that you're focusing on around a full moon, because it is going to be expanded. Also, the moon is going to be opposite Mercury in Capricorn, which does bring in like this revelation of truths that will come in. And so for this reading, we are going to be looking into what emotional truths does your shadow want revealed. We'll be looking at that. Also, of course, being around a full moon, it is an important time where we can use that energy for unveiling and letting go ceremonies to release things. Usually you get like 10 that you can focus on, and if you really do a ceremony within 8 hours before the full moon, it prepares the full moon energy to release these things. Now, if you present your wish, kind of your wish of unveiling and letting go, in a form of gratitude, like thank you for unveiling and helping me to let go of blocks that stood between me and fill in the blank, that allows this energy to help you with becoming aware, with the unveiling of things that are blocking you, but also the energy helps you in letting go of it. When we are looking at a, new moon wishes and full moon release type of things, when we focus on the energies around the sign of the moon, it is even more powerful, even more expansive. So just briefly, I'm going to pop up a screen here that talks about the Cancer impact, the Cancer type of energy. And when you look at that, Cancer is the, house and energy of home. So it's your home life, even your physical living structure. Do you desire to change a location or living situations? Is it time for a visit to that place you call home? Or are you looking up sprucing up or changing the energy of your nest? Do you have a sacred space within your home that's designated for you alone? That's something to consider. Cancer is also about family. So can the family tree use some care, or are there chains that can be broken? How do you relate to your childhood? What can use some transformation or revelation in regards to that? Also, it has to do with a giving heart. Cancers, all of you that have Cancer in your chart, are you overgiving? Are you wanting to move from this energy of codependence to independence or interdependence? Also, because your water energy is coming in here with Cancer, are you trusting your gut or wanting to enhance or upgrade your intuition? As I mentioned, Cancer is ruled by the moon, our mother Luna. So what also can be transformed in your relationship with mother figures? Is it time to think about parenthood or how you can be a nurturing source for others? Also, Cancer loves food. So what is your relationship with food? What can be changed about your diet? And also, the Cancer sign rolls over the breast, the chest cavity, the pancreas, abnormal growths, and digestive related issues. So you can bring all of that into this unveiling and release type of ceremony. So I do have videos for each individual zodiac sign. And for the reading, as I mentioned, we are going to be looking into what emotional truths does your shadow want revealed right now. So we're going to jump into your sign right now. All right, Gemini, this is your weekly energy update. We're going to start off here pulling a card from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. All the cards I use in a reading I do list in the description box below, so if any of them catch your eye and you want them for yourself, you know where you can pick those up. All right, so let's take a look here and see, what does your shadow want you to know? What emotional truth do they want to reveal to you? So let's take a look here. For Gemini, what does your shadow? All right. So they have here, and you got the Surrender card. That is card number 26. We'll put that over here. And let's see what that brings in for you. So surrendering doesn't mean giving up. Let go of what you no longer need. Stop being so stubborn about holding on to aspects and behaviors that don't align with who you are now. Stop struggling. It took me a long time to realize that surrendering was a positive thing. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mean the giving up kind of surrender. I mean the, okay, it's time for me to hand this over type of surrender. And for those of us who are highly independent and used to doing things quite ably on our own, admitting we need assistance or that we might indeed have to let something go for our betterment can be challenging. Letting go and surrendering admits or exposes a vulnerability or two. So to surrender, we may need to show our underbelly. We may need to admit we got it wrong, made a mistake, grew a bad habit, surrounded ourselves with people that are not good for us. It can make us feel raw in our realization. Remember, this moon phase is dark and beautiful. It casts a protective shadow that allows us to be as wide open as we need to be to do our work. We reveal safely to only the divine and ourselves, and then the light returns. And the companion stone for this is orange calcite. So there is some emotion that's coming up here, obviously, that they would like you, your shadow would like you to release and to surrender, hand it over. No more nursing it, rehearsing it, but giving it, surrendering it to Creator and Spirit so that they can reverse it, right? So, and disperse it. That's what there was something. Don't nurse it, don't rehearse it, but disperse it so God can reverse it. That's what I remember. Funny. All right, but this is the Into the Lonely Woods deck. Let's see what else they want you to know here about this surrendering. What more would you like Gemini to know? All right, there we go. Yep, and we have the ebbs and the flows. That is card number 31. We'll put that down here. And that makes sense too. With the ebb and flow, there's a time for things to come in and a time for things to go out. Time for Mercury retrograde brings things in where it's not good to launch new things, and it's a time for going out. So there's a lot of this reflective energy that's coming in the ebb and flow. So let's see what else they want to add in here. So there will always be moments where we find ourselves unable to find our place within the world. Those we once knew have fallen away, and those we have yet to form trust and loving relationships with are yet to come. We are sometimes given responsibilities to care for on our own when we thought they would be shared. And it is natural to contemplate what we may be doing wrong or is lacking in us. But this will pass. The truth is, we all go through initiations of companionship and solitude, of intimacy and estrangement, of deep understanding and the grief of being misunderstood or abandoned. This moment is an ebb, but soon the flow of companionship will come. Friendship and love will surely flow back to you, as too will that true and deep sense of belonging. All right. Yep. So very clear here. This is the feelings of aloneness, of abandonment, feeling like you've been left behind. The betrayals, all of those emotions that are popping up in relationship to companionship. And that can be romantic. That can also be family, friends, whatever it might be, wherever this abandonment feeling is, like you were left behind by individuals. So this is what is bubbling up to the surface here. We're going to use the Sun and Moon Tarot to find out what else they want you to know about this situation here, about these feelings of abandonment. Reminds me of the Five of Pentacles energy of the tarot, which is about feeling abandoned, left out in the cold, left behind, and a beautiful transformation comes from it, though. Okay. And what else? I feel like there's one more. Okay, that's the one right there. We'll start off with the one that made itself known, which is the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords, swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. And it does tell us what of our own thoughts and our own beliefs and mindsets stole from us. Stole joy, stole relationships, stole opportunities. It's like these beliefs that we've had from very young, they impact these situations, and these become mirrors for us. These companionships, these that have left us, where we felt abandoned, were mirrors reflecting back to us. Our little inner child wanting us to see, when did we feel abandoned in the past? And to really have an opportunity to feel those emotions and even ask ourselves, where did I abandon myself? Wow. So very powerful questions here. And you have the Six of Wands. This is you being told by Spirit, you are seen, you are recognized, you were never, ever, ever alone. Even though in those times when you feel alone physically, when the physical people aren't around you, that the higher realms know you, see you, and surround you at all times, 24 hours a day. You are never, ever, ever, ever alone. And it's like, what? I'm a little embarrassed. They are watching me all the time. You mean all the time? Uh-oh. But they don't have any judgment on us. They surround us, and they are all beings of unconditional love and light. Our guardian angels, our spirit guides, our loved ones on the other side, our ancestors, spirit, creator, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are, you are never, ever alone. You are surrounded and you are seen. And they are proud of you too. The Six of Wands is this recognition that you have made it through 100% of everything you've ever faced, or you wouldn't be watching this video right now. So they give you this high five to let you know that you are seen and that they're proud of you. And then you have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands shows that you do hold the power as well, that whatever you focus on is what grows and expands in your life. So if you do focus in on what you feel is missing, what you feel is in your life that you don't want, or that you fear would come into your life, when we send energy to all of that, it grows and expands it. That's the power of our energy. But if we transform that and we begin to focus on what we are grateful for, what we do want in our life, focusing on the unconditional love from above, and the peace, and the joy, and the laughter, all of that expands instead. And so there's this message here of really being aware of where you're investing your energy during this time, especially with this full moon, it expands it. Yeah, and here's the Eight of Wands. Here's you shooting your superpowers, whatever you're focusing on. So there is a lot of energy right now here for you that does return to you, especially when you release this energy from maintaining old old pain, old charged emotions. When I was talking about when we nurse our old wounds, it takes a lot of energy to nurse those. Rehearsing it, going over and over and over in our mind, takes a lot of energy. It's a lot of cost. And when we stop nursing and rehearsing old wounds and to transform them, that energy comes back to us and we're able to direct it in different places as well. So I like that. And then we have the archetype deck here. And this is going to be the personality. Whatever this abandonment feeling came from, whoever this individual was or personality type, because it could be multiple individuals that were similar, this is the archetype that they want you to know about. And it does have both light attributes and shadow attributes. The shadow attribute is the individual when they were in fear, how they created this mirror, this opportunity for you to learn this. So let's take a look here. What individual, whoa, okay. All right. Okay. So this makes sense. There's only like 7 of these cards in the entire deck, and I leave them in there because this represents someone who's passed, someone who's on the other side. So it does feel like this here, or someone who's missing out of your life. So again, abandonment, that makes sense, but I feel like this is like either a parent or a grandparent, loved one, someone who is in your life that's no longer here. They're back on the other plane. They're in this posse, by the way, that are supporting you, going, we're so proud of everything you've done, even though, you might have felt left behind when they passed and went to the other side and you felt abandonment. This is this energy letting you know that you are not alone, that, this individual is still around you. Either if they passed and went to the other side, their spirit has been by your side since the moment they withdrew out of their physical body back into the spiritual realm. And they will not leave your side until you are joining them on the other side, and then you'll go join all the other loved ones. But if it's someone that was physical in your life that's still living and they're gone, their higher self, their spiritual self, that powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being who's made of unconditional love, is also by you. And you're like, wait a minute, this is confusing. So if they're still living, their higher self can be with me? Yes, absolutely. Because they're a soulmate. They are someone who agreed to have this divine appointment with you, to have these experiences, bring these things up. And because of that, oh, wow. So I've never heard this before. This is amazing. So when an individual, and one of the characters that we experience here, the actor behind those characters, one of the agreements they make when they're like, I will be this person that's going to bring the opportunity for you to feel this extreme pain, this extreme emotion of fear. I will agree to that, but also if you'll agree that my higher self can be with you to give you love and to help you and guide you, be part of your posse to help you do that. So, our spirit beings are outside of space and time. And so they can be with us throughout the entire our lives here, even though our human is in this linear time where we feel like there's time that happens. Spirit can be anywhere all the time, all at once. And so even though the character is still down here playing, that actor is on the other side. They're still a powerful spiritual being, and they are with you too. Wow, I did not know that. This is beautiful. I love learning new things. All right, so what else? We're also going to pull from this True Heart Intuitive Tarot, and we're just seeing what else do they want you to know around this? All right. Yeah. So they have the Ten of Swords, which the Ten of Swords is leaving behind the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets, those that are rooted in conditional love, the fears of losing conditional love. So this is the whole purpose of this process, is to bring the awareness that you have all of these emotions, that you have these things that you want to overcome, And these happened on purpose for a purpose, because we did want to experience all those opposites, like we talked about. It was a prearranged arrangement to, I want to experience this stuff. And this person isn't dead. They're just exhausted from trying to live up to all of those thoughts and those beliefs, the supposed to's and the shoulds and the need to's and the have to's and the musts. That's where all the pain came from, is when fear kicked in, when these things were not all completed, right? We didn't get, you have to be with me forever. You have to treat me perfectly every moment. You have to show me you love me. You have to tell me you love me. You have to buy me gifts. You have to, all these long things. Eventually, someone's going to not meet one of those, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 or 100. And that's where we have those experiences. So this is that release. And you have the Queen of Pentacles, which is new birth, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And so this is a time here of nurturing yourself, understanding what is for your highest experience here. And, definitely as you realize your higher, truer self as well, because the shadow attribute, of course, is when we're being the human character and being douches to each other, and being fickle and going into fear and attacking people and running from people, and it's the chaos of this world that we come down here to experience purposely. But you also are remembering who you are. You're connecting more and more, understanding that you are so much more than just the human. Because the Queen of Pentacles is the outside world, about the abundance in the outside world. But that Ace of Pentacles in the middle is the discovering that your worth changing in relation to the outside world, that it's not defined by what you find out there, but by what you find in here. Yeah, and here's the Hierophant. So you are discovering your truth, your inner truth. Those things, the capital T truth of your heart, not the small t truths of the outside world, but the capital T truths of your higher self. So you really, this whole process of this bubbling up of these emotions is freeing you, allowing you to see past this fear to this place of unconditional love. What is truly in your heart? Yeah. And you have the Six of Swords. So you are, being raised higher. So the Six of Swords is like moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. So there is this movement of thought and belief that happens as you go through these things. And it makes sense that you have the Queen of Swords, who balances the heart and mind, but she also wields the Ace of Swords, which does connect to the capital T truths of the higher world, those that are rooted in unconditional love. And it's double-edged. It allows you to cut away the lies of the small t truths, of these fears of losing conditional love. So I like it. Now we're also going to pull from the Naked Heart Tarot, just to get the final messages here for you on what they want you to know about this. Surrendering. You're ready to hand over these thoughts and these beliefs. You're done nursing it and rehearsing it. You're really ready to cut them away and let them go. It's like forgiving. We're forgiving the person, not the action, and so that we don't have to carry around the pain of these things anymore. So let's take a look. What is your final message here for this reading for Gemini? What else? They did want that one, and they do want this top one. Okay. Yeah, so you have the Devil card. The Devil card is the shadow. This is the shadow that wants you to know about these emotional truths. So this is them coming in, rattling your cage. So if you've been having this stuff come up already, they deal with the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets. It's very much Saturn energy, which is, is like Capricorn. Saturn is the taskmaster. They will come in, rattle your cage around your beliefs and mindsets around whenever the Saturn is going around the zodiac, and whatever house it is in, it shakes and rattles each of the houses. Each of the houses has like different aspects of our life, home and self and relationships and spiritual work and our socialization. Each time it goes through, it rattles the cages and beliefs that we've had forever to help us transform them. And it gives you work to do, but then it gives you the reward, which is the freedom that comes from questioning these beliefs. You're no longer in this cage when it comes to these types of situations. So if you've been having a lot of those thoughts and beliefs come up and get challenged, now you know the culprit, but they're doing it for you, not to you. It's a part of you, your shadow. It's not a demon, it's a beautiful part of us that is like the tour guide that's taking us through this giant amusement park of fear rides. It knows what's going on behind the scenes and below the surface, and it wants to show us that. Yeah, and here you go. So here's the lovers coming in. So I feel like so much this is about relationship, that this does allow you to allow new relationships to come in because of this releasing of all these beliefs you had and the stories that were about, will people leave me? Why get in a relationship? Because people are just going to let me down. And so there's this healing that comes with this allowing a new love, which can be friendship, romantic, or an old family member too coming in. And here's more 8 of Wands. So you have the 8 of Wands. So here's the energy that's returning back to you. So you definitely transform these things, and this energy that you were using before does return back to you, and it just moves in, and it happens very fast. So when you release and release and release, suddenly the person appears, this other individual, whether it's going to be a new best friend, a new lover, or a family member, or someone that just reignites this beautiful, beautiful relationship with you. And then you have the 8 of Pentacles, which is about you doing the work and you're getting the reward. Things are moving up in the outside. So this definitely reiterates that Saturn, you did the work, you get the reward, and this is the reward coming in. All this energy is returning from the past of all these things that you were nursing and rehearsing, and it's all being focused and raising your vibration, making you in alignment to bring in someone new in a new way, not doing the old things and getting the old things that you always got, but a new way of looking at life and love, which has elevated your love vibration, bringing in something new. It magnetizes you differently than it did in the past. So I love this for you, Gemini. So beautiful, beautiful energy coming in. And if you want to know more and keep a tab on this, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each zodiac sign, pick a card readings, and several other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of these updates and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then by clicking the subscribe button, you're given access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, there is an option for all, which if you select it, does 2 things. 1, it automatically notifies you when I post new videos. And 2, it'll let you know when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. I know. In addition to all of that, too, it also helps spread the Zen love, and it does help the channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, crazy, happy, excited, it wants to automatically share the videos of my channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things I mentioned, please know I am very, very grateful. And these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. All right, Gemini, as you just move through this beautiful week, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. You have an amazing week. We'll be talking soon, I'm sure. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.